Hello and welcome to Ostriv. Greetings, my name is Resler and I am your host. And today I'm playing Ostriv. Admittedly, I've played it before, and as you can tell, the village is well underway. I just want to plant some things. Now, this game is currently in early access. I was part of the fundraiser early when it was doing it, and it's pretty much looked this way since then. The guy's been making improvements. He's added a few buildings. The chapel right there is one of them. But pretty much everything about this game is the way it looks. The water is incredible. And then just the attention to detail. So you have the forestry, and they cut down trees. You have the smithy who makes nails. You have the carpenter that makes, carts. You have the thatchery that makes thatch. You have a clay pit. All these houses require thatch, clay, and wood and nails. Actually, all the buildings require something. So some require just wood and nails. Some require clay, wood, and nails. This platform right here is water for production purposes. And then in the town here, we got some wells that are for the people. So this is how the people get water. People need water. And also you have to manage work. This is a charcoal pit to give charcoal for this. But you have to manage your roster because you don't have unlimited workers. And also there are some jobs that they actually don't allow. And this is a farm with a field. Sowing season is over because it's September in the game up there. But that's where potatoes are planted. But you notice in here, this guy's from the Ukraine, and I'm not sure if this is something Ukrainian or culture-wise or something, or maybe because this game is in 1721. But when it comes to jobs, construction, and certain things, not all jobs are open to everybody. For example, the forestry, the smithy, the carpenter, and building and such are open to only men. Only men can do those jobs. You can't not even say that women do that job. So I have women working at the warehouse. I have them working at the thatchery, and at the farm. In fact, I only employ women at the farm, and the reason is that I need the men doing other jobs. I need a man doing the smith. I need men doing the forester, and they're planting trees right now. By the way, that's what this is, reforestation area, because they're pretty efficient. And I need one. I'm not sure where the carpenters is. If the carpenter's even going to show up, but I need a guy doing the carpentry. Now the forester guys right now, they're planting trees, and also everyone's on a schedule here. It's not like just people work non-stop. Because see, he's planting a tree, and when that bar fills up, they'll go chill, take and rest. This guy is taking rest. So he finished his work for the day. And he's heading home. I don't know where he lives. Let's see. Oh yeah, he lives in here. So this is his house. Everyone has a house, by the way. You start with tents, and I may do a brief starting video just to show you what that looks like. But you'll have there are a couple maps, not too many yet. They're about maybe 4 or 5, and you'll have this entire area, just massive area, and there are bridges, so you can build across. And you place your tent somewhere, and then it says up in the corner, up right here, that you need to prepare for the winter. Or not prepare for the winter, build a house for the winter. So it will tell you build this, and then after that it will say make sure everyone has houses for the winter. And it starts you out back in I think it's March or something, so you have plenty of time. And as you can see, I built all 9 houses needed because there are 9 tents in September. So, everyone's going to have a house come wintertime. But let me actually build another house, because I think that's how you grow. I'm not sure if that's been implemented yet, but this guy, he started the fundraiser on his own website, and it was through Humble Bundle that you would get it, and then you would just keep a bookmark and download new versions as it came until he got put on Steam. And he finally got put on Steam, and then, through Humble's thing, of course, you were given a Steam key to redeem when you were ready. So, rotate this building. Yeah, by the way, all these buildings snap like this. It's great. I love it. If you're somewhat OCD, this is something that you'll probably enjoy. So let's see. Put the house like that. And so then it has little flags that indicate, as you can see here, that it's being built. And all the workers that are going to do it show up there. So, yeah, I didn't really need to build. I need somebody to be a carpenter, which takes away from construction workers. By the way, this is the camp storage. It will be empty eventually, and then it will be demolished automatically, as it says here. Temporary storage removed after resources depleted. So maybe demolished is the strong word. Here's the camp center. Basically, that's the mayor. Yeah, the mayor looks like a woman. It's a guy, I assure you. His name is Stamslop. I'm not. Yeah, you know what? No, I'm just gonna call him Stam. Yeah, Stam. And so yeah, so this is where you can kind of manage the builders. You see, if you go like this, there's no. You right-click to cancel. There's no. You know, all the men are working pretty much. So you'll see this. So there's the house, and they take the cart and they get things. So he's getting clay. This person is. So she's carrying wood. She's carrying firewood back to her house. Yeah, so everything has resources on it. So the guys, the builders here, have been quite efficient. Their limit is 12 logs, which they have, and 10,000 wood, and 10,000 firewood, and 2,000 bark. Now they have 4,500 bark. They have over 16,000 firewood, 16,000 and some change, and they just went below 10,000 on wood, but they did have quite a bit first. But houses take a lot of things. Now you'll see people bring their stuff over here, and they start setting things down. So everyone's coming with a cart with something in it right now. And then, yeah, so then they take the cart away, and they just deliver it, and people will deliver it, and people will also start building. So the building goes on very much in terms of the fact that people build as they're doing things, and so the building is built even when all the resources aren't there. It still starts getting built as people continue to deliver things. Sometimes, obviously, there's a lull at times, you know, when they're waiting for something, but usually there's always someone building. So, because there's only 3 carts, and you know, I suppose you could build a bunch of car parkings and get 8 carts, but it's really not needed. It's not a good idea, because if you have too many carts, you know, and everyone getting resources, and you know. You might say, well, if we gather all the resources all at once, then the building will get built quicker. But the thing is, if all the resources are there, builders then have a hard time getting built. It's much more efficient to have people continually getting resources, because then they continually keep doing things. Because otherwise, you're going to have guys sitting around doing nothing. So you have people continue, because initially at the start, even if you have 8 carts and people getting resources, then nobody's building the thing as this is happening. So it's better to have, you know, just some people on carts and just have them continually gathering resources. And you see these 2 guys showing up, they're going to start building. So he got the clay, he's going to put the foundation down. And it's not like the resource things have stopped. See, this guy's coming with nails. Let's see, there's probably somebody coming with wood somewhere. That guy. So this guy's coming with something with wood. He went to the warehouse. We store wood in here. So it looks like they emptied it. But we got thatch in here. We got firewood, and thatch is what is for all these roofs, and the clay is for the foundation, for some of the walls, and for the chimney. So anyways, yeah. So you see, they're building here, and this guy's dropping off nails. Nails are the thing you're going to have the most of at the beginning. But I learned, and it used to be you had nails for days. That is not the case anymore. But I did learn that, sorry, just got my smithy there, that while you might have nails for days, you very quickly can run out of nails. So that's why I have a smithy doing nails. And so basically it tells you here what's required, and when they pick it up, so there's 800 clay. So if someone went here and got 800 clay right away, it would disappear from here. And so yeah, so as you can see, people are bringing resources, and these two guys are building. So let me rotate a little bit here. So you actually see the entire process. So we're going to watch these guys here. So of the building, and you know, you got to remember this is basic. So, but it is really nice to see the entire process of building a house, or any building actually. This happens on all the buildings too. Sometimes it looks a bit crazy. You won't see the floor get put in. So if you're looking or hoping for that, you're going to be waiting for a while. But you'll see each process of it going. And usually when you're building something, you know, everyone could be on rest. There might be one guy building or getting resources. So there's usually always someone working. And you see the wood there. It just went down. It said 1,800. Now it's down to 800. Someone picked up wood. So, and you'll see this guy. Poor guy. He's working all by himself. But he seems to be okay. Gosh, some lag there. I don't know what that's all about. Anyways, so that's what's happening right now. So he's got that up. And he will build that. In terms of other things, though, I mean, your people show up with food, you know, and so you look at what they got in their inventory there, you know, potatoes, you know, all types of things. But then, you know, but it's always good to be preemptive, you know. So you start, you know, you get a field ready to go. So once sowing season is in, they can start planting, and then, you know, and that way, there's no problem if all of a sudden, you know, if you know, maybe a house burns down. I don't know if that's a mechanic yet, but you know, people, you know, so that way you never run out of food, because by the time people, you know, are done with their stocks, we already got, you know, tons of potatoes or something. And you can build more fields on the farm. I just went with potatoes because it's probably one of the easiest things to grow, and I don't have a windmill to do anything with wheat, and I don't have a bakery. So down here, this is residential. We'll take a look at the building tabs. This is the only thing that's in there right now. Once again, this is early access, so he's probably working on it. Water is only these two, so looks like there's room for growth. Production is crazy. So you got, you know, forestry, farm, windmill, chicken coop, cowshed, pigsty, slaughterhouse, tannery, hairdryer. I mean, you got the entire chain right here. I built a chicken coop way back when this game started. I built a chicken coop, and I tried to build a cowshed and a pigsty, and nothing happened. Like, I didn't have any animals. So I don't know if you have to get the animals, or if that hadn't been implemented yet, and he just had it in there. One thing interesting is I did do a fishing dock in one of my previous games back when this was being made, and I found out very quickly that you can build a fishing dock, but nothing will happen because I didn't have a boatyard. You build a boatyard to build fishing boats for the fishing dock. So you can have a boatyard. You don't have to have people working there all the time. You just have to have somebody there to build the boats, and then you can basically turn it off, so to speak. And then the fishing dock will use those said boats. So fishing is a good idea if you're not building anything. So once this house is done, maybe we'll look into getting a boatyard built. The boatyard would be the first thing to build, and fishing, of course, can take place pretty much, well, not year round, but can take pretty much with complete impunity. These are limestone deposits, by the way, which I can't gather yet. I don't see under the production. There's the clay pit, but there's not, and there's a limeworks right there. Produces lime from quicklime, and there's a lime kiln, but I'm not sure if you can actually have. I don't think there's actually like a mine or anything like that where you can like set up an area where they go mining. So I don't know if that would be something to build in that area, because I looked and there's no like circle or anything like that. So and it doesn't say anything about that. So the stone mining camp. Oh, stone and limestone from the early process. I stand corrected, people. Maybe you should have independent research. Come on, Rez. And then this is the trade, transport, and storage. So you got the hay barracks, you know, for hay. You got the granary for food. You got the warehouse that we have right there. trading post, market stall. And then you have wagon, stable, and cart parking. Now, carts, you come with a cart park. It's a little, like, just fence thing. I built a new one. It's right here. And that's how you order things, because it holds up to 4 carts, and you start with 3. So I pressed plus, so there's a little plus symbol. And then it looks like this, and then it put the order into the carpentry, and then I said get a worker here. Now it hasn't gotten the worker yet, but you know, one day maybe. So you see here, nails aren't required anymore. Clay isn't required. All the clay is either being brought or has been brought. So clay is usually the thing you're waiting for. So that's kind of strange. Thatch hasn't been bought yet, but thatch will be the last thing they will get, because thatch is just the roof. Wood is the biggest thing that houses need. And those bars up there that you see, that's, you know, how much of the resources they've used that's there, and the stages and such. You know, and what, you know, like for example, the wood will end, and then you'll need clay, and then you'll need more wood and nails. And then the thatch is at the very end, and this is the overall progress bar. I'm not sure why they have all those metrics up there. I guess it's interesting to look at what goes on first, what they need, essentially. So you see, that guy comes over and starts to build. Here comes the rest. Here comes all the clay that's needed. Those guys will probably go get wood and thatch. I mean, if they get all the wood and all the clay and nails, then what will happen is they'll just go get the rest of the resources. There's no reason to wait. Just go get it and deliver it, especially when construction really gets underway. So you see these guys dropping off clay. And then if you look at the additional resources, like I said, the minute they go to pick them up, it goes away. See? Right, my guy went to get wood. Wood disappears. That guy's going to get thatch. All resources are collected now. They're not there yet, but they're being collected or going to collect. And if your guy is using a cart, and he's going to go get the resources, and he's in the middle of taking them back, and his workday ends, he'll take them all the way there. He'll finish the job. He's not going to just drop the cart in the middle and be like, well, I'm off work. It's time to go rest. You know, it's not like some workers, and no offense to anybody. Well, actually, probably offense to some people, but we've all been there when somebody at some sort of job said my shift is over, and just, you know, I'm just helping you, and stopped helping you. You know, it's like, what's that all about? You know. So you see here the walls are miraculously appearing with clay, but you know, you can't obviously go too into detail because, just let's be honest, some of us, well, myself included, are not going to wait that long. I mean, you know, it's like I love I love detail, but you know. So anyway, so you see the rest of the clay has been delivered, so that guy's going to take off now, and these two guys are probably going to mostly finish this job. They might have some friends. One of them might take off. Usually, when all the resources are there, and there's like one card out, like that one guy getting thatch, usually everyone is going to show up. Like a bunch of workers that were doing work, like getting stuff, will go drop their cart off and come back and build things. So this house is almost completed. So this guy, so you see the roof is coming in, the chimney's done, and so the guy is coming with thatch, and these guys might actually have to wait. Now keep in mind, if there's nothing to do, if the thatch, or wood isn't delivered, they won't. They will leave. Usually, they sometimes will wait, but usually they'll take off. Because why stand around? So yeah. See, these guys, they ran out of resources, so there always is the chance they could turn around and go right back to work. But they're going to take off. These guys are right there, so that might be something to implement, that workers wait, or when resources are coming, because they took off right as these guys arrived, and it's kind of like, guys, just, couldn't you wait like 10 seconds, but, and then you see here, this is a log, and there's a little campfire. It's where people hang out, so to speak, and then benches. Benches are decorative too, decorations. So there's a bench. This is where you'll see a lot of people chilling out, and you'll see a lot of the women chilling out too. And from what I've heard about this, I don't know if it's confirmed, but I heard from somebody when this was first talked about on one of the magazines. Oh, there's a bird. That if you're that, they said you'll be able to notice, or it will tell you if one of the women in your village is pregnant. Oh, she's 35. She might be past her prime. Well, here's 26. Oh, that's a man. Gosh. Sorry to tell. There we go. 32. See if we can find someone that's somewhat young. That's 32 to 34. 21. So here's a 20. 13 years. Good job. So here's her. Now, I'm not saying that they're all pregnant right away. I don't know if it's if it tells you, that's great, because that just adds to the more realism, and you could probably maybe limit, if it's not sowing season, then and one of your farmers is pregnant, and then you can do. You don't really have control over who is hired or who is not hired. When you add workers to go in, it just chooses somebody. When I hired a woman for the factory and said, add, it just chose her. Oh, is that woman alone? Yeah. So it just, I didn't have an option. The only option you have is down here in hire options, where you can say, hire men or women, or only end the wages. And laborers. Now, laborers are a thing that only go with some buildings, so like the farm. And some laborers are basically any gender, and they come and they bring resources. So like this charcoal pit, for example, that's burning and creating charcoal, that's directly to the smith, and he has laborers, and laborers come with his building. So like, for example, when all the charcoal is burned, all the women that were in the village, because they weren't doing any other jobs yet, went and they got the charcoal and brought it to his brought it to his smithy. So that's something to think there. Hold on a minute here. Okay. So anyways, sorry, just a little notification on the phone there. Make sure nothing is important. Got someone traveling in the family traveling today, traveling a long distance, so gotta make sure that they're okay on that long road up there. So anyways, they're just building this, and just going to complete this. It's almost done, actually. So you see a couple other guys coming up here, and this one guy, he's just getting the roof foundation kind of put down and such, and these guys are going to come and probably do the thatch. So yeah, we're down to just the thatch now, and then this is where it gets pretty basic. The thatch is pretty much the signaling of the ending of this building. So thatch and thatch. There's a little notification, and boom. So the house just is done. So it says migration allowed. This is the water supply is sufficient. No market, but that's okay. Housing available, one housing. Jobs available, obviously, and no religious buildings required at this point. However, we do have a small chapel right there. So hopefully someone will take up this carpentry job now that all the builders are. I know I said I'd build a boatyard. I think we're gonna wait until we get another cart. Also, the carpenter maintains your carts, and some of these are getting in pretty bad shape. So I'd like that to happen, and then we can get a boatyard going. And that might not be for a while, actually, because it's October in the game, and you want to. If you're going to build a boatyard and such, that would probably be something to do later on in the new year, say like February or March. Have that built by then, so you can get the boat built and then have the fishing dock completed around the same time or shortly after there. And then if you can do that by February or March, then April or May, you've got your fisher out there when it's prime season. He's fishing a while, but right now you build in October, and and he's in there by November, or so, mid-November, and then the lake freezes over, and you just really didn't get anywhere. So, although I haven't encountered winters in this game, when I was playing in early access, a lot of the time, well, not early access, when I was playing it when it was a Kickstarter, because of all the work he was doing. He's still doing a lot of work too. He's actually even hired some people because he's had success. Um, but for a long time, it was just a one-man job. I mean, a lot of what you're seeing right now was done just by him. So I think what mostly has been happening right now has been minor bug fixes, hot fixes, and just a few things there. But a lot of this work was done by this one guy. And these paths that you see to houses and such, you don't build these. These are created by the paths people take. So this path to the thatchery, when I built the thatchery, it wasn't there. But she continues to walk it, or people continue to walk it, and so it does that. Like, you see there's a path down to the water where she's getting reeds to make thatch. She does that all the time. So they're there. There's the path to that. There's the path to the forestry. I mean, the paths are created by the routes people are taking. So if you build a building and go, oh no, there's no path to it, there will be a path to it. Eventually, people are going to it. There's not a path to this field. The opening's over here, but I'm sure before long there'll be a path, to this field. They'll probably go in between here and go around here. But see, there's a path into the farmhouse. This house, and the houses that are fairly new, these two houses are fairly new. They were the last ones built. There'll be paths to them as people walk to them, going to work and to and from. And paths even, they kind of not disappear so much, but they'll kind of, they'll become, all the trees are planted, good job. You see there's a tree down here. They'll actually carry that. You'll watch them when they might be coming right now. So you see this guy's going to work. You can mouse over and look at the status. So this guy's going to work, this guy's taking rest. So this guy, when he gets to work, he's going to wait for his partner here. It's going to say, going to work. And waiting for partner to help getting a log. So this guy is going to be done taking rest. He's waiting because they got to carry that log right there, and that's a two-person job. So, anyways, I got two women working here, and basically their entire job is just to get stuff and bring it here. So they're going to the resource place. They're going like here and getting wood and bringing it to the warehouse to store it. In fact, I think they're. I don't know why they're not using a cart. I think you can tell them to. Not in higher options. Let's see here. Oh, laborers by. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, well, it says worker by car and worker by hands. I don't know why they're not taking the carts. Carts are just sitting there. Yeah. I don't know why they're not taking them, but oh well. I mean, it's not a very long distance. I mean, I guess you get your arms bulked up, but So all these trees are planted. So what's going to happen is these will grow, because I did do this in the previous one, and then once they're done growing, basically the fence will be removed. So once you put a reforestation area, I will have to come back to this and kind of like basically free the trees and say, yeah, you can cut them now. But what's going to happen is you want to wait for these to grow, and the guys won't touch them. So speed up there. Yeah, you can speed up time up here, which I'm not going to do because the speed up time thing gets a little. It's a good implementation. Why I would normally do it because not make you guys wait. I found that when I speed up time in this game, things get a little bit crazy, and that's probably just the stage of development it's in, that it's kind of hard to do things, but the speed thing really kind of gets ridiculous, and the game kind of has issues with it. I'm sure it's something that he either is aware of or is fixing, or it's maybe still a work in progress. I mean, the entire game is still a work in progress. I mean, you see money up there next to the population, 28, and there's the money. I'm sure at some point, there's going to be some sort of treasury system because you're paying people, but I'm not, it says that people are being paid wages, but I'm not losing money. I don't know if I'm gaining money. I mean, I've looked at it, and it doesn't seem to really change all that much. So I'm thinking, am I even paying people? Am I collecting money? Well, see, it just went down, so I guess I'm losing money. So, but still, at the same time, I don't know if it's going to go up again or if it's going to continually go down, and I don't know what happens. I mean, when you get bankrupt, do everyone stop working because you're not paying them? Gosh, that autosave is pretty quick. It's pretty often. So, anyways, that's the that's what's happening right now. I think I'm going to, let's see here. Yeah, I think I'm going to get to winter, and then I'll do another one. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it, and especially hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that way when Ostriv wintertime comes out, you'll know. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This is Wrestler, and sleep well.